Good morning, boys and girls. Today we start our new social studies unit called Communication and Transportation. In this social studies unit, you'll be learning about different ways of communication and different ways of transportation. Today we're going to focus on communication, and then our next social studies lesson, we will focus on the transportation part. Okay, communication. So as I'm reading this, I want you to think about what communication means to you, and I also want you to notice how communication has changed over time. Okay, I will begin reading. Communication equals connection. Communicating what we're thinking and feeling is so much part of our daily lives that we rarely give it any thought. When we're with others, we communicate not only by words we say, but how we say those words, whispering, yelling, laughing, or snapping those words. And we don't just use our voices to get across our messages, we use our entire bodies. We fold our arms, point, stamp our feet, shake our heads yes or no, frown or smile, jump up and down, make signs with our hands and fingers, and shrug our shoulders. Okay, boys and girls, so that beginning kind of talked about what communication is. It's a way that we are communicating, we're saying what we're thinking by words, actions. Okay, and I want you to think now about how communication is different at this time during our remote learning and social distancing. So communication has changed a little bit as well, even just from that. But now I'm going to read the next part, which is going to talk about how communication evolved over time, how it changed over time. Communication looks a lot different from the beginning of time till and now. So I'm going to begin to read. Early on, our ancestors were so eager to communicate that they also came up with ways to connect with others who weren't close by. They carved or drew symbols and figures on rocks or clay tablets. They developed written alphabets to represent spoken language, and they started recording their messages on animal skins, papers, and in books so that what they had to say could be read by others across distances and across time. And we have never stopped looking for newer and better ways to communicate with others. From telegraphs to satellites, our communication systems have become more and more sophisticated and allows us to stay connected to each other. Okay, boys and girls, now that discussed what happened early on with our ancestors and how they communicated. The way that they communicated is much different from the way that we now communicate. And each year, as we move on, communication seems to grow and change throughout the years. So now, boys and girls, your task for today is going to be watching a brain pop video on Alexander Bell, and that is he developed the phone, and what he's going to do is you're going to listen to that and take a quiz after. Okay, so the phone is one way that we communicate, and you're going to see how the phone has changed over time as well. Okay, so this is the beginning of our social studies unit. We're talking about communication and transportation. So your next step after this is to head to BrainPop with the link that I shared, and you will watch the video and take a short quiz based on the video. Okay, boys and girls, talk to you soon. Bye.